The question is, explain the term rancidity. Okay, so let's explain it. What is rancidity? Simply, rancidity is the phenomena which occurs to foods usually. For example, if we keep a food somewhere for a very long time, what will happen? It will develop smell, it will develop the its shape will change a little bit. That's called the rancidity. Okay, so rancidity, the definition is, the word rancid comes from a Latin word ranidus, which means having an unpleasant smell or taste. Example, rancid butter. So taste changes, smell changes when food items cooked in oil and fats are kept exposed and unprotected for some time. They give unpleasant smell and taste and become rancid. So this process is called rancidity. This phenomena is called rancidity. Okay, so we have defined rancidity. Now let's come to the B part. Name the type of chemical reaction responsible for causing rancidity and define it. Now what is the process? What is the chemical process behind this? What is happening actually? Actually, oxidation is happening. Food is getting oxidized. That means when it's exposed to the oxygen in air, it's reacting with that oxygen and getting oxidized. In that case, then it is getting rancid. Unpleasant smell, unpleasant taste is coming out. Okay, the type of chemical reaction responsible for causing rancidity is oxidation. This is due to oils and fats, because there are oils and fats in the foods present in the food items get oxidized by microorganisms also. Microorganisms help the food to get oxidized. Obviously oxygen has to be present in the atmosphere. Okay, now we have to define the chemical reaction which is causing the rancidity, that is oxidation. How can oxidation be defined? If a substance gains oxygen simply or loses hydrogen during a reaction, the substance is said to have been oxidized and the process is called oxidation. We can also define oxidation in terms of electrons, in terms of gain of electrons, in terms of loss of electrons. Now let's do that. Oxidation means loss of electrons, simply, and its opposite, that means reduction, it means reduction will mean gain of electrons, simply. Now coming to the C part, write 3 methods for preventing rancid. How can we prevent food from rancidity? Okay, we don't want any unpleasant smell, unpleasant taste. So what we will do, we can choose any of these 3 methods. First of all, which we use, this one, temperature, lowering the temperature. That means simply keep the food in the fridge. What fridge does is lowers the temperature. But how it prevents oxidation from happening inside the fridge? Do you know that? When the temperature is low, because oxidation reaction needs at almost 20 degrees Celsius or more than that temperature for reaction to happen. But inside the fridge, it's like 1 degree or even minus temperatures. So the temperature for the reaction is not feasible. So the oxidation will not happen as much as it's happening outside the fridge. Okay, so by keeping food items at low temperature, when food items are kept at low temperature, for example in a fridge, the oxidation of oils and fats is slowed down. It still happens inside the fridge because oxygen is inside the fridge also, but it's slowed down and therefore rancidity is retarded. Another method, the first one, is by adding antioxidants. But remember, by adding something to the food, it will change the taste of the food. There is a possibility that the taste will change. Okay, antioxidants are substances that prevent oxidation. Natural antioxidants such as vitamin C, E, synthetic, and such as BHA, butylated hydroxyzole, etc., are added to food containing fats and oils, and that way we prevent them from getting rancid. Okay. Third method is vacuum packing. Oxidation is happening because of the oxygen present in the air. What if we remove that oxygen? That is called vacuum packing. Just remove the surrounding air from the food. Many at times the food items are packed in containers, for example chips, etc., from which air has been removed. As the air or oxygen is not available, that means oxidation will not happen. If oxidation will not happen, that means rancidity will not happen. The food items do not get oxidized and become rancid. This does not happen after we remove the oxygen from the surrounding of the food, for example in a packet of chips. Okay, I hope it's all clear to you.